Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a very special day. We're going to be finding out how you can be part of the magnetic mind movement and process and be implementing it into your life, not just for one session or two sessions, but for the next 12 months of your life. It's time now to become super conscious creators. Now's the time to shift our orientation into the creative space that we came here, I feel, to be living from our infinite intelligence, connecting to our divinity, connecting with our purpose, our mission, our values, and living a life that we love. I'm just so glad to have found this program, to be getting qualified in it, and to be able to share it with beautiful homies like the people that you see in. It's a beautiful thing. It's literally transformed my life and helped me regain my focus, my clarity, my direction, reorientation in myself out of oscillation, and getting myself into that flowing state where I'm there, where I'm feeling like it's just a matter of time before reality catches up. My mission is to create a world where people are living from their heart, doing what they love, living from their heart, living a life that they love, and unstoppable and just relentless determination to smash out whatever we decide to create. Beauty in the world, abundance, financial freedom, relationships, happiness, health, whatever we desire, we can create that. And yeah, it's just an honor to be here to share it with you all. Thank you for being here. I'd just like to acknowledge Chris Duncan for finding this, spending a good 10-15 years of his life creating this whole process that I'm able to share with you today. So I want to acknowledge my family, my friends, everybody that's stood by me and given me support, giving me lessons, giving me blessings. I dedicate this to all the people that want to create their dream lives, to people that are fed up of just getting close to what it is and then sabotaging and wanting to create a beautiful world for themselves, for their families, and for the collective consciousness. This presentation is for you if you're an aspirational person who cannot understand why you have not fully created the life that you desire. You want to take your life to the next level and you're willing to do whatever it takes. We don't want 2%, 3%. We need 100% commitment. This is the kind of people we're looking for. People committed to creating the life of their dreams. This is a highly advanced manifestation and creation program. So far, we've just from people doing the 2 sessions that we've done. I've got a few screenshots here of some really good reviews so far. As you can see, we've got Annabelle who jumped on session 1 and you're truly amazing. She was able to smash through 2 big emotional blocks. She's turned resistance from a long time resistance in one process. It just did it. The first round was with a business. Then she pictured herself with a sword and the resistance was an actual block. She sliced through it like a fruit ninja, baby. Yeah, she cleared it in one go. Then in the second round, she chose to go into around her podcast that she's been wanting to create, where she's had some big blocks. Same again, smash through that, disintegrated, and boom, more focused and creating the life that she loves. Chris was like, session knocked me for 6, felt every emotion possible, something definitely happening, and a piece of me came back. Big love and respect. Thank you, Chris. Then we got Claire, another fantastic night. Thanks again. Not sure how we do it, but the healing health side of this really works. So lovely to meet more of you too. And I find this inspirational and joyful. Claire actually had, if you see on session 1, some pain that she was holding and had for a long time. It just dissipated. And we asked on the second call, didn't we, Tina, if it had gone? And she's like, yeah, it's gone. It's completely gone. This isn't a temporary fix. This is long-lasting, everlasting, proper, real results. So those are some great reviews I've had. If we look at Chris's, the founder of Magnetic Mind, these are some of the shifts and results they've had using this same process that we'll be using in this program. So massive shifts in being intuitive and trusting the flow of life. Confidence in public speaking and being on camera. There's been a stroke survivor, regained his eyesight. Yeah, a man able to run again after 9 years, x-ray proof of tumors disappearing, dozens seize diabetes and other medications, weight loss and fitness, huge wealth generation, true love partnerships, and much more. So are you with me so far, guys? Are you feeling it? Cool. So boom, So being a superconscious master is different. It is the most predictable way to turn your thoughts into things. Right, okay, what it is not, okay? It isn't feeling positive, right? This isn't about willpower or motivation or overcoming barriers. This isn't therapy. This isn't problem solving or fixing yourself. It is definitely not some strange psychic trick to fool the universe into giving you what you want. However, by using it, your life will be completely changed and it will look like feeling positive, willpower, motivation, overcoming barriers. This is what it's going to look like, but we're not consciously doing it from a self-conscious level. We're creating the shift and it's going to look like that. Yeah, and it's going to look like to others a weird psychic trick to fool the universe into giving everything that you want, all right? So your reality is what you believe is possible, but what is really possible, yeah? So Rosa Parks, 100 years ago from now, look at a different world. What is possible today is in tomorrow's reality. So Rosa Parks, she sat on the bus and she wouldn't get up. She wouldn't budge. She made her stand and she made a change. Something that was impossible became possible. I'm possible, baby. So Susan B. Anthony said women should vote. Abraham Lincoln, stop slavery. Nelson Mandela said apartheid should not rule. Gandhi stopped the British rule in India. All these things that were impossible that became possible. Beethoven composed 5 of his best symphonies when he was deaf. Stephen Hawking was completely paralyzed, couldn't speak, yet he was married twice, had 3 children, and became one of the most respected physicists in our time. Ray Charles, he lost his sight at 7, right? Started recording at 17 and eventually won 12 Grammy Awards. Helen Keller became a published author with several books and over 400 articles, despite being blind and deaf at the age of 15. Wow. Would you have believed it 100 years ago, right? We would have never thought that it was possible to transplant a heart. But Charles Bernard did this and he made it possible in 1967. The Wright brothers, people thought, no, that's impossible. You're never going to fly. And they dispelled that fact in 1903. Oh, yeah, look at this, man. We're taking impossible to impossible. Woo! Right. Could you have imagined 100 years ago that you'd be able to drink water from any source safely without the fear of bacteria infection? This is what the life straw made possible in 2006. Imagine 100 years ago, trying to comprehend holding a computer in the palm of your hands, that you can access all the knowledge of human history and connect you to any person instantly, do your shopping, and even monitor your health. I mean, wow, guys, it's crazy, beautiful times that we're living in. So that's it, 100 years ago, man. Crazy shifts, right? So internet, telephones, voice recognition, desktop, 3D printing, just because it hasn't been done doesn't mean nothing. Doesn't mean nothing, yeah? Nothing is impossible. So why do we not all have exactly what we want? Big question. Why, baby, why? So our life is a direct reflection of our unconscious identity. We must master the structural creative process. And we must activate our intuition and know who we really are. There is no better investment than mastering this. There is nothing you cannot create if you have mastery of your superconscious. So are you sick and tired of giving your power away? Always searching for the answers, making short-term progress only to get frustrated? Do you see the potential in humanity to heal, to recreate a new beautiful world, and finally live in peace? Are you ready to be part of that change, to activate your innate intuition and live your fullest expression? Are you ready to master your superconscious? So what is the superconscious creator code? It is a combination of ancient wisdom, alchemy, neuroscience, quantum physics, intuition, and the most advanced manifestation techniques. Passed down to Christopher Duncan, who built upon the work of William Whitecloud, Dr. Robert Fritz, Colette Streiser, Joe Dispenza, Bruce Lipton, and others. Okay, he's been expertly taught to certified magnetic mind coaches at the Conscious Education, and one of those is myself. So pleased to meet you. Today, I'm going to teach you the science and system you must understand to become a powerful creator in all areas of your life. Number one, we're going to learn the magical creative structure. Two, we're going to learn the superconscious shift. And then three, how to recode ego resistance. So we can work together. And at the end of this, I'm going to give you an opportunity to be coached by myself and in a group. At the end of this presentation, you'll be able to buy or apply. I'll show you the value of each coaching pathway, the normal price, and then you'll see a special price for you today. Firstly, I just want to say I appreciate you, who you are and what you have been through and all that you desire to be. Your presence, your curiosity and your openness, and following your soul whispers and the heart tugs and the calls towards shining your brightest, right, and making the biggest and most positive impact on the world and in your life. So well done, man. Big up, salute, guys, for wanting to be the best that we can be. It's a pleasure to be with you guys. So I know what it's like going out there searching for the truth only to be left oscillating, struggling and striving for success, having some areas of life working out, but then not others. Because by all this bullshit going in my life, I yearned to create a life that I love. And I knew that I got clear on that. And then I found this program, which was basically all around that. So it's perfect. But most people, they just didn't get there. Sometimes I created and other times I struggled, right? I noticed that I truly love something, I could create it. But it seemed that successful people thought very differently to how I did. So I decided I needed to change. I went on a long journey to find, and I found myself right here because of the Superconscious Creator Code. I went from and I shifted, and now I'm able to be neutralizing my limiting beliefs and emotions that blocked my happiness, my health, purpose, creativity, success, and my financial freedom. I was able to neutralize these, and we're neutralizing them more and more as we're shifting and moving towards my desired reality. So it's my honor to share this work with you. I love helping people from all walks of life transform. So being able to have this program and to be able to be qualified and able to teach it and share it with people like you is just an amazing blessing. So the young me, I've always had this driving vision and mission that I'm going to be doing something big, and I want to do big things, and I want to create a positive impact on the world, but I just didn't know how. I've struggled, you know what I mean? I've struggled with motivation, with focus, with knowing what I want, where I'm going, been really good at making up excuses, been really good at just blaming exterior circumstances. But now I'm over that. That's the young Joe. And now we're changing, baby. Okay. And now I'm more clear, more focused, more determined. I've got my choices. I know where I'm going. Even if bedlam's going on in my life, I can still pretty much be at a cool, calm and collected place. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling the majority of the time happy, at peace, focused and clear. And that is a massive godsend for me, because that's always what I wish for: clarity, focus, knowing exactly what I wanted. I was good at knowing what I didn't want, but focusing it and framing it to what I do want and focusing on that and getting clear, being excited about that, and actually creating true end results that I actually loved. Not just because it was, I want to do this because of that or this because of that. It was because I love it. And this program has massively helped. So we've got different seasons. I've got different seasons. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I'll be happy, sometimes I will be sad, sometimes I'll be up, down and round and round. But this is the normality of life. Overall, I feel amazing, and it's just working with these different seasons and not pushing them or rejecting them, just accepting them and flowing with it. And just knowing that it's all beautiful. But like, I've had times when I've just been unmotivated and don't want to talk to anybody, don't want to see anybody, don't want to go out, and I'm just so buzzing now that I've gone through all that, because it's turned me into the warrior now, that I know that even if it looks like things are crumbling, It's beautiful. Everything's working out in divine order. So I always knew there was more, that I was here to make an impact and live an amazing life. Perhaps you resonate. So I did heaps. I went to retreats, I did courses, reading loads of books, studying, training. I did business training, mindset coaching. I mean, doing everything that I can, changing my diet, different relationships, new habits, meditations, yoga, nature walking, all this stuff, gratitude, surrender, journaling, action. I was doing it all, okay? And all this to create the dream life. I began, and soon I realized I'd been playing small and scared to be seen, and I struggled to feel that I belonged. So immersed in more training, conferences and books. So this was the answer. This is when I was in my fixing self mode. Oh, I need to fix myself. I need to sort that out. I need to sort this resistance out. And this was it. This was the loop that I was in. And I'm sure like we can all see how we've all been in it. So I worked on my mindset. The results came in certain ways, but they were slow, and I had to keep on applying it. And it was a constant battle. It was like I was hitting my head against a brick wall. So the dreams were fading. Everything I looked, right, I saw like it was just, everyone I looked at, I just thought, oh, they're excelling, they're smashing it. And I was just crushing my dreams by comparing with my limiting beliefs, the fear and lack on a consistent basis, and aligned action. I wasn't taking it. I wasn't taking aligned action. I was struggling at home. Relationships with family, they weren't the best. My health was deteriorating. My kids were getting annoyed with men, and then I was being grumpy and then hating on myself. And it was like, do you know what I mean? This had to stop. Something had to change. I've been doing all this, but it still kept coming. So I decided failure is not an option, right? So I kept setting business goals. Sometimes I reached them, but I never gained momentum. I tried everything to improve relations at home. And it was just everything was just going wrong. But sometimes I think when it looks like things is really bad, the blessings are on the way. So like old emotions were coming up from the past. I was feeling depleted, all my body. It was just like feeling stressed and tired. I didn't want to get up. I didn't want to do anything. I still kept striving, and I was doing this all in the name of fixing myself. And something had to give. Then we lost it all. It's just I was doing a business with my friend, and it was going really well. And then we put loads of money and time and effort into that. Then that just failed. But from this, the divinity arose. So I had to start all over again. And then I got crystal clear. I got the crystal clear call because I knew I had to manifest my desired future reality, but I had no idea how. So does anyone relate to this? We know we've had enough. We've flipping come to the end of this tether. We're ready to bring the transformation, to bring the shift. So I made that decision. I just wasn't sure how, but I knew I was clear on that decision, right? So I asked the questions, why can't I succeed in all the areas of my life, in my business, relationships, health and purpose? Why with all the healings, the books, the strategies and courses that people were doing like me, and why am I and other people that are doing all this like still not massively successful? If these things all worked, then why wasn't everyone there doing and being exactly what they wanted to be? Then we realized there was something missing. Even with all this work I had done, I realized that I'd created all this. Everything was my creation. It was my unconscious identity. It was my unconscious identity, and it meant that I could not have it. Vital health, amazing relationships, success, abundance. It was my unconscious identities, structuring that was meaning that I could never have all of that. And then finally, the answers came when I was handed the Magnetic Mind Superconscious Creator Code. And this highly advanced formula teaches us how to be a magnet for whatever we desire. Like magic, I began manifesting and flowing and moving in the directions of what I've always put aside, like my music, creating music, writing songs, starting my business, taking the business and putting it live. All these things have started flowing once I got this clear choice and this clear direction. So boom. And then I saw that, yo, I am not broken. And I was like, yeah, I'm not broken. All this time, try to fix herself, try to make herself think this way or feel that way or have that new habit or have this mindset. I was trying to fix myself. I was coming from the wrong side of things. So then we realized I don't need to be fixed. You don't need to be fixed. We don't need to be fixed. Everything that we've been doing, it was reinforcing that I was not it. It was reinforcing everything that we're doing to fix it was reinforcing that we are broken. We are not broken. It was reinforcing that we are not aligned. I'd been out of emotional alignment with what I really wanted. So if we're out of emotional alignment, then we're not going to resonate with it. Do you know what I mean? When we come to it. So my unconscious was working against me. All that stopped me was my unconscious. I've been fighting with myself. So what is the unconscious? It's the part of us that's running the body. It is the domain of feelings and emotions. It is trainable and can learn and automate processes like brushing your teeth, speaking, writing, driving a car. So the unconscious goal, all right, an ancient part of us it's an ancient part of us that is designed to keep you alive. It has no other goal. So neurobiology equals limbic system, the reptilian brain, and the reticular activating system, yeah, i.e. fight, flight, or freeze. So in our formative years, the unconscious learns how to be at the early age between 0 and 4, and that doesn't change. So then first 4 years, that's it. Like that's so deeply embedded in us, and it's like an accent. Do you know what I mean? You don't lose an accent. I mean, you can do after a while, but the point is that's what it's like. So the unconscious goal is to stay alive and to survive life by ensuring you belong to your family and are taken care of. Because as a child, you cannot take care of yourself. So the unconscious agenda, if the unconscious finds a condition or circumstance it survives, it tries to find more of that, no matter how painful or limiting it is. So if we've survived it, that thing is considered survivable and is far better than any other option. So the unconscious, as long as you survived it, it'll just keep recreating it. Even if it's like, as long as you survive it, it'll just recreate in them scenarios because it's safe to it. It went in the jungle and it came out the other end. That's a safe route. Even if you create something else, it finds a way back. So check this out, right? 75% of people who have won the lottery have just lost it within 3 years. So what is this? It's the unconscious mind just constantly just taking them back to what they know, which is poverty and lack and limitation. 95% of those people are worse off when they won it within 5 years. 60% of NBA players and 78% of NFL players incur serious financial hardship after retirement. So like this isn't just us, yeah. Like this is lotto winners, this is NFL players, this is the power of the unconscious mind. So we're thinking, flipping heck, why can't I hold on to this money? There's people getting paid millions a year. Do you know what I mean? And even they can't do it. So the point is, it's not you, it's not us, it's not personal, it's structural, but we'll get to that. So why does this happen? Right? Because the unconscious has a pattern of what is safe and anything else is a threat. The desire to keep things as they are is called the unconscious egoic agenda. So it doesn't have to be this way. Nearly 8 out of 10, 79% of multimillionaires receive no inheritance. The vast majority of millionaires are first-generation millionaires from middle class or lower income families. So usually the people that create these shifts, normally there's like a significant emotional event that records their unconscious safety patterns. If you've had a near-death experience and you weren't appreciating life, and then you come back and you really do appreciate, that's a record from the superconscious without all this stuff, right? But the point is, we don't need a big tragic event or something to go wrong before we decide to take take this mission to consciously create the life we love. That's the way I see that God or the universe works. Chuck a stone at you, don't react. Chuck a bigger stone, chuck a boulder, chuck a mountain. All right, okay, I see. I take notice now. And it's gonna keep on getting bigger until we take notice. But like, we know, we can look around and we can think, right, there's things in my life that I want to create just because I love to create them. And I want to, I mean, I want to be living my life and buzzing all the way, just because that's what I love. So by doing this, that's it. We don't need a life-changing event. We can just decide now. Do you know what I mean? We don't want to have a big flipping massive accident or to have an illness that's going to push us to this point of really, you know, appreciating life. Let's take this chance now, guys. So like, how survival and safety patterns work. So 1, a child may encounter a threat to survival or belonging. So then the child cannot fight or flee, but does not perish, right? So 3, the threatening experience becomes an essential element in not perishing, right? And this creates a condition in which our system values the threat as a key ingredient to survival. This is going on deep at a young age, man. Like, and these are the patterns that are like holding us back, and we're wondering like, why do I keep sabotaging myself? Why is this not working? And it's these events that took place, and we didn't have the tools and the know-how and the understanding and the wisdom to be able to like of processed it like we can now. So the unconscious egoic agenda, okay? So the unconscious state is the way it is, i.e. it's not changing. For some really good reasons. The unconscious goal is to seek survival, to keep the body alive. So whatever it survives becomes the circumstances, conditions, and feelings. And the unconscious searches out even more to survive. For example, if a child experiences toxic shame, it then follows that the child feels like he or she will lose belonging, but doesn't die or perish. Even though the toxic shame hurts, the child survives. In order to survive, I should find places to feel ashamed and then not die from it. So this becomes an agenda. The brain looks at the circumstances again and it knows it can survive it. Oh my days, right? So I decided I would fix my agenda. Obviously, I needed to get rid of it because I was stuck in a sabotage pattern with my desires. But it seemed to get me stuck. I was doing all this work, but life, it just wasn't changing that much, right? So where were most people? So we're most people, right? So nearly everyone I looked to, people were struggling to create the results they wanted. Like, do you feel like you have to struggle to have what you want? And does it feel like you're fighting yourself all the way to get what you want? Because this is what we're wanting to release now. We're wanting to release this never-ending struggle. I mean, it's going to be here, but it's just not going to be as strong. Okay, so guys, you're not alone. All right, we may be able to get success in one area of life, but usually there's something people seem to never be able to hold on to. So relationships, love, money, abundance, health, energy, purpose, fulfillment in life. There's always something that we're searching for. But remember, nothing is impossible. Right, guys, let's have a little 2 minutes. How are we feeling? Are we all right?
Yeah.
What are you saying, Si?
I concur. It's deep, man. That fucking first 4 or 5 years of your life, that's saying if you get used to like toxic shaming or all kinds of nonsense, if you didn't die from it, your fucking subconscious seeks it, even if it's bullshit. Crazy.
Mad. It's
Knowing
mad,
that
isn't it?
cures it, isn't it?
Crazy.
God bless you, brother.
Yo, guys, bless, man. I'm glad you're feeling it, and it's making sense. Thanks for being here, guys.
Well, you've managed to reduce me to bloody tears again.
I've reduced it to tears.
Yeah, it's like you said, what you shared resonated very deep. I had a lot of toxicity when I was a child. And even as, sorry folks, even as an adult, I'm still surrounded by it. But I make a conscious effort to like you said, keep fighting. And everything you said just made perfect sense. It's like something clicked in. You know, it reminded me of something my therapist said a few years ago about, you know, having to be so many different personalities to survive. And I don't have to be that person anymore, you know? So what you shared when you were saying that, just, I felt it here. It's like, that's what's wrong with me. You know, I'm not, like you said, I'm not broke, but that made perfect sense as to why I'm sabotaging myself all the time, because I don't know any different.
Look, we're becoming aware of it,
Yeah.
and we're gonna be able to shift this. All right, I'm not just telling you about this so we can realize, oh, no wonder everything's fucked then. Like, no, it's a good thing because we're becoming aware of it, but like we've also got a way to go past it. If we were just working with the unconscious mind, it'd be bloody tough. But because we're going with the superconscious, we're all becoming aware of this now, like stuff that was unconscious to you now, so it's coming back. But it's beautiful. Let it out. It's a safe place. We love you. You know, you can always chat to me as well, one-on-one in the messenger, like if you don't want to talk on here. But all my days, like I'm so glad it's resonating, and this is it. This is big things. Like I've been getting my head around, like that's because it is a bit different to what I've known or previously thought. I'm so glad to be able to present it to you, and like for you to be able to see it as clearly as this. Get the tissues out. Get the tissues out.
I need the tissues. You make me cry every week.
Flip
In a good way.
Oh, yeah.
It was bringing up memories and stuff, because I was trying to sort of think about, you know, basically what those different areas of resistance were, and it was taking, and as I could feel like different things shifting, memories were coming back of certain specific points in time of things that occurred to me that created resistance that has been an ongoing resistance for me going forward. So that was something that I noticed that was really notable and was amazing. So I just wanted to say that.
Thanks for sharing. Okay, we're back on it. Right, so J.K. Rowling, British novelist, philanthropist, film producer, TV producer, screenwriter, best known for writing Harry Potter fantasies. The books have won multiple awards, sold more than 400 million copies, and become one of the best-selling book series in history. They have also been the basis for a film series, over which Rowling had overall approval on the scripts and was the producer on the final films in the series. She was born in Gloucestershire, England, and was working as a researcher and a bilingual secretary for Amnesty International when she conceived the idea for the Harry Potter series while on a delayed train from Manchester to London in 1990. So the 7-year period that followed saw the death of her mother, birth of her first child, divorce from her first husband, and relative poverty until the first novel in the series. Jim Carrey used to be homeless. He revealed that in a James Lipton interview on Inside Actors Studio, that when he was 15, he had to drop all of the school to support his family, and his father was an unemployed musician. And as his family went from lower to middle class, they eventually had to start living in a van. Carey didn't let this stop him from achieving his dreams of becoming a comedian. He went from having his dad drive him to the comedy clubs in Toronto to starring in mega blockbusters and being known as one of the best comedic actors of our era. Yes, yes, big up to Carey. He wrote a check as well for 10 mil, didn't he? For films being rendered. He looked at that, created that, and then I think he got The Mask or Dumb and Dumber, and he actually got that 10 million. Power of visualization, eh? Right, Oprah Winfrey. So she was born in poverty in rural Mississippi to a teenage single mother and later raised in an inner city, Milwaukee neighborhood. She stated that she was molested during her childhood and early teens and became pregnant at 14. Her son died in infancy. In spite of all her upbringing and emotional turmoil, she broke through and became the queen of all media. Oprah was the richest African-American woman of the 20th century in North America's first multi-billion Black person, and has been ranked the greatest Black philanthropist in American history. Several assessments rank her as the most influential woman in the world. Right, okay, and then Christopher Duncan, the guy that created this, he was born in New Zealand into a working class family. He went to university, got a good job, followed the rules. In his early 20s, he experienced a life-threatening injury that propelled him to seek ways to grow and to make an impact. He found early success in coaching, digital marketing, and sales. Yet, however big he built his business, he kept losing it. This pattern kept repeating until he eventually lost everything following the sudden death of his business partner and best friend. He went from having a $45 million company to debt within minutes. He got up from rock bottom. Chris slowly built back to a 2 million company, then lost it all in 12 months. He kept hitting roadblocks. Then, after discovering the power of working with the superconscious, Chris stood on the shoulders of the giants to develop the rapid recode, the magnetic mind, and the conscious education. He created a £5 million company in 2 years, moved to paradise, and married the love of his life. And he now runs a $20 million global company and is a best-selling author. So, what is actually broken? What is actually broken? If he's not us that's broken, what's broken? Are you ready? Do you want to know what's broken? It's the personal development world that is broken. It's the spiritual healing world that is broken, telling you need to keep fixing yourself and fixing yourself. So it's the personal development world that is broken, not you. Personal development and self-help are doing more harm than good. This was quite a big bit of a shocker to me, do you know what I mean? Because I was into this, loving this. I thought self-help's got to be good. It's got to be good. No, all right. He was doing more harm than good. That's why I had to stop what I was doing. I didn't want to be doing more harm than good. You know what I mean? I want to be bringing more good than harm, not more harm than good. So the personal development and self-help are doing more harm than good because they focus on the problem that needs fixing. That's all they're doing, focusing on the problem needs fixing. Problem, fix it, problem, fix it, problem. But we must be it to see it because we are creating everything all of the time. So that's it. We've got to be it to see it. So we will never see it until we be it, because the goal violates your unconscious egoic agenda. All right. So the 9 unconscious egoic agendas. So I am unworthy. I deny my own needs and only feel valid by helping others. I am not good enough and I need to achieve external success to be valid. I don't belong, not accepted, so I must become accepted and never rejected. I am searching for love. I am not safe. The world is not safe, so I must retreat to my mind and understand it all before I get hurt. I'm not able to handle negative emotions. I will avoid it at all costs. The world is not perfect, and there is a way to be perfect. Achieving this is more important than anything. I don't have permission and need an authority to tell me what to do. I'm not able to handle conflict. I will have no goals. And I am powerless, and I must have control and power to be successful. So these are the 9 unconscious egoic agendas. I'm powerless. I'm not able. Do I have permission? Oh, the world's not perfect. I'm not perfect. These are the unconscious structured agendas, do you know what I mean? Holding us back, that we will release slowly but surely. But guess what? It's not going to happen in 1 session, 2 sessions, 3 sessions. Yeah, we can get shifts, we can get results, we can release. But if we're wanting to be serious and actually create this for the rest of our foreseeable life, we need to shift into this new orientation. It could take a few months, could take 6 months, could take a year. We're not saying it's just an overnight thing, all right? Because we've had 30 plus years of programming, so we can't just expect to say, okay, well, I'm going to think like this now and it's okay. You know what I mean? Nah. So you are genius. Genie in us. There's a genie in us. There's a genie in you. That's your genius. This is your higher self. This is your super consciousness. This is all it is, has, and ever will be. So your genius lies in your unconscious egoic agendas. It's amazing. So the sides of our orientation. So we've got number one, the activist, the crusader, the perfectionist, and the organizer. Two, we've got the helper, the pleaser, the caretaker, and the enabler. Three, we've got the role model, achiever, the status seeker, the motivator, and the best. Four, we've got the individualist, the tragic romantic, artist. Five, we've got the investigator, the thinker, the observer, the specialist. Six, the loyalist, the doubter, the troubleshooter, the true believer. Seven, the enthusiast, the multitasker, the generalist, and the energizer. Eight, the leader, the protector, the provider, the entrepreneur, the rock. And nine, the peacemaker, the healer. Nobody special, and the comforter. So do we all recognize a few of these different identities? Right. So where are we placing our power? We are teaching our consciousness in every moment where the power is. So you are either killing your conscious creative power. So you are killing your conscious creative power by focusing the wrong way. So this is why we need a coach or a group where we can be focused on this, working with people and shifting our focus. So it's time to rewire our brains. We can change. The study of epigenetics and neuroscience tells us so this can change, the brain can change. We can shift it, rearrange it, and rewire it. There's a video on YouTube where you can literally look at brain cells, like rewiring, like from just like playing the piano or something, where they've zoomed in and you can literally see like the new connections being made and like old connections going. If it fires together, it wires together. So with this, we are able to rewire in an instant, all right? The revolutionary rapid recode refined by Christopher Duncan builds on what has been handed down to him, including from Dr. Gary Flint. Dr. Flynn explained how memories form the basis of your active experience, the present, all right? And that there are 3 levels of consciousness. So the levels of consciousness, we have 3 memories of levels of consciousness. We've got the super consciousness, which is the source and the infinite. We've got the unconscious, which is the soul and it's limited. Then we've got the self-conscious mind, which is the ego and its polarity, okay? So as we did on the first session where we was talking about the 3 different types of memories and when they come in, if you remember, the superconscious is there before conception and after you die. Then the unconscious starts developing in your mummy's tummy up till the age of 4 and onwards. And then the self-conscious kicks in from 4 all the way onwards. And all these memories are pushing down to the superconscious what is, and that's just creating. But we're going to be able to go down to the superconscious, find what's not in line with our desired reality, reshift and reshuffle that. Yeah. So remember, we've got the dormant memories about like, so when I say like, when did you last jump on a bike? You can probably see like, oh yeah, I was on this bike. What color was it? Where was I? Where was I going? Loads of dormant memories in our field. And we've got loads of dormant memories. And that's like when something gets triggered in, that's a dormant memory. But we're gonna be creating it. So all these are on one page. So we're on the same page with ourselves. And we've not got dormant parts and different conflicted parts fighting with one another. We want to get on the same page. So also this includes alchemy, all right? Because we rise up to the superconscious level to shift matter. So we take something that's fixed, we take it like from ice into steam up to unlimited infinity, superconsciousness, and then we recreate the instructions, we rain it down, and we end up in a different reality. We've shifted from there to there. Do you know what I mean? And we've gone from fixed to like rain into like infinite, into the clouds, back down rain, and back into a solid structure. But now we're in a different reality. All right. So how the recode works, all right? It works by teaching all levels of consciousness how to record connections. It works by returning to wholeness and letting go of any emotion. Letting go of any emotion that's holding us back, stuck emotions. We can release the emotion and be left with the wisdom, right? And also it's going to help us retain more information and having all of our understanding. So we must be in our future feeling now. This is key. So a great statement is, I am truly satisfied with everything I have now, and I want more. I am truly satisfied with everything I have now, and I desire more. All right. So the now has got to be equal to the feeling of the future feeling that you're going for. And then the reality is they're not going to repel each other. They're going to attract each other. So our now feeling needs to be equal to whatever future feeling we're going for. So if that's pumping out tunes, making amazing music, having a massive audience and like everyone just loving it and raving, how does that make you feel? Feeling that now, creating from that point, not waiting to have that experience to feel that, but to feel that now, possess that feeling now, to be coming from it, and boom, then we are it, we're being it, we're feeling it, we're acting it. The universe, it's just a matter of time before it reflects it. So we must let go of trying to get somewhere to get away from something. It's really easy, do you know what I mean, to be in a tricky situation, be like, right, I just want to get out of this, but what are we doing? Like, is it just going to come up somewhere else? So success and failure are structural, not personal. So success and failure, this is big now, it's structural, it's not personal, right? How come people can be rich and be like not appreciative and be like not nice and flipping do like not nice things? Money's not, it's not personal, it's not bothered, it's not saying, oh, you're the right person. It's the structure that builds it. Do you know what I mean? So it's not personal. So the structure determines the action. Structure in any system or two or more points of information working. So structure is any system of two or more points of information working together. So feelings, emotions, beliefs, inaction, procrastination, it's all behavior and action, all right? So we cannot create from a problem structure. We must instead manifest from a creative structure. So we don't want to be creating from a problem structure. We're not looking at the problem. We must instead manifest from a creative structure. This is the big difference, right? So we've got our current reality and we've got psychological tension and wounds within us. And as we start moving towards our desired reality, this resistance all pulls up. It all pulls up, okay? So to ensure a tension release structure between your current reality and our desired reality, think of it like a rubber band or a magnet. So we go in there, that's what we love, and we're here. And there's that tension there and that's holding it. But then when we release the resistance, that gets released and then it can fly over and you can be flowing there. So the self-conscious agenda is like the current reality and we've got unwanted experiences. And then we try to create a desired reality, right? And the condition and outcome and circumstances we believe is better. So if we think that's better, then that makes this worse. So this is the old conscious agenda working at play. This is how it likes to create. Oh, well, I don't like this, so I'll create that. That's better, making this worse. And then we've got all this tension, but we're not creating from a true choice. So then we've got unwanted experiences in our current reality, and then our desired reality, we wish for something better. And then we've got our unconscious egoic beliefs, and then circumstances that are survivable, right? In the desired one. This is the old way, all right? And this is what just keeps people in oscillation. We go towards what we want, but then, oh no, we get this resistance inside. You're not good enough, you're not worthy, come back, fix that, come back up, go back, and it's just never ending. This is the never ending structure that we're getting out of, okay? So what we want to do is create creative tension, all right? We need true choices and end results that we love, right? And we're creating in our current reality, the tension is getting released, and we're creating, and we're in a flowing structure, and we're like a magnet, we're being pulled toward it. So we must take aligned action, step into the end result of the emotion, and then take the action. This is where we want to be living from, not from, oh, I feel like shit, how can I fix myself? How can I make myself feel better? No, go into the end result, get into that feeling, into that emotion. What's the next obvious action to take? This is the magic now. And this is how we're going to really create real results, yeah, not just temporary results. So we've got to align our vibration. Energy attracts energy. So we want to make sure we've got ways to lift our frequency, keep it elevated, and keep clear with our desires, and be know what the task is ahead. So universal principles around energy, we know that it takes the path of least resistance. We've got the Fibonacci sequence, the 80-20 rule. 80% of your results could be from 20% of your effort. And then you've got an 80-20% rule on that. So that's like you've got 4% of actions that are your best actions for moving you forward, whether that's like creating music or creating your business or whatever it is that really brings you alive. These are the things that we want to be getting clear and focusing on. So just to recap, first, in the 5-step process for consciously creating, first we choose what we really want to create. Then we create the structural tension. What is it like now and how does it feel? Then we step into the emotion of the end result. How does it feel? Oh yeah, it feels good. Then 4, unplug from your current reality. What are your reservations or stories that are stopping you? What are the roadblocks? What are your judgments of yourself or others? And what are your inner conflicts? These are the resistance and things that we will remove so that you're able to be in the end result now without all this current reality chitter chatter. So then we use the magnetic mind process to update your consciousness. And then 5, you take actions. The actions speak louder than words, all right? And behavior is the highest form of communication. So we take small aligned actions and it leads to miracle creations in our life. So the problem is we have to struggle to get anything in life. We've been trying to create an outcome for years, but still we haven't got there. Why haven't we got the things that, I mean, we really, really want? Why do they just always seem out of our arm's reach? So the big mistakes that we can make. So for starters, no one's taught us how to use our true power, right? We've been living in a problem-focused consciousness, and we've given our power away to try and trick the universe world into giving us what we want. We do not know our true unconscious self, and we think of circumstances or outcomes will change us. So we think, oh, when we get that, I'll get this, then I'll change. And then we let negative emotions own us. We cannot see the blind spots in ourselves, not necessarily that easily. So that's why a coach like myself in a group can be helpful, and being in groups of like-minded people is going to be awesome. So you ready? At long last, we come to the solution, and it's to become super conscious, right? If you look at super successful people, they do something very similar. They focus on what they want and not on trying to fix themselves. They take action towards what they want in spite of any negative feelings, and they invent, create new ideas, ways of doing things. You are only 5 steps away. The Superconscious Creator Code is a 5-step method to magically manifest anything you desire in any area of life without the risk of failure. Without the risk of failure, should we say? Because failure is a good thing. Failures is the stepping stones to success. Don't be afraid to fail, guys. So what are the 5 steps again? So choose what you want to create a structural tension, step into the emotion of the end result, unplug from the current reality, any resistance, emotions, beliefs that's separating you and indifferent to this current desired reality, removing that, and then taking that action, aligned action, from a place of already being it now. So the magnetic mind process, there are more than 15 processes that we will be doing together, right? So we're going to be letting go of environment, behavior, beliefs, family entanglements, stories, emotions, sabotaging patterns, rules, identity, unconscious egoic agendas, right? And your feelings of incompleteness. Let's just let go of all that. And this is not a miracle card. This takes commitment from you and time and a desire and a wish to be able to create your best life. I'm not just going to say you can just get this and that's it, it's done. It's like a gym, you've got to join it, but then we've got to go, we've got to use it, we've got to utilize it, we've got to implement it. And that's my job, to make sure you are implementing it and implementing it in the right ways and saving you as much time as possible in getting you to your end result as quickly as possible. All right. So meditation is one of the keys in this. All right. And we're going to have to learn to be like able to be doing like a daily meditation. And this is like just 15 minutes, not no like long ass meditations. Like the longest meditation, I think we've got like 20 minutes, and we're reconditioning the brain and the body. Once you join up, you've got access to 30 meditations that you can pick and choose and go through. And there's going to be some that you really love, some that are like cool. This is what you're going to have access to. And then we're going to get really focused on a morning routine as well. Like this is vital. Like this is something I learned a good few years ago, like from just being really grumpy in the mornings, like getting a good routine, getting yourself in the right frame of mind. The good thing is it's not going to take an hour. It's not going to take half an hour. This is a 15-minute process to get you in the end result. So you're living and taking that aligned action, feeling amazing, and your energy's high, and you're turning your to-dos into to-das. And you know what I mean? You are an unstoppable force creating your dreams and your best life like never before, right? So ask yourself, what would the person I'm becoming do right now? Would it be like, let's do this? Or would it be like, no, let's go? So this is the answer, the Superconscious Creator Code, right? So this was created by Christopher Duncan and sought out the right strategies. He applied himself and created a $20 million business, married his true love, wrote a best-selling book, and he's living his dream life, creating a massive impact. So we learned these strategies, applied them myself, and created an incredible life. And now I'm creating a massive impact, and I'm aiming to create a massive monumental impact across the world. So like we've been generously taught this, and it's all about teaching and sharing with people how to truly transform and live a life that they love and create absolute magic in our lives. So this is what this program's about. It's about spending the next 12 months together. So just imagine that, what it would be like if you could create anything that you wanted, truly desire, just because you loved it. What would life be like if you just had the desire, you truly loved it, you went and created it, you created it and you had it? What would that be like to be able to create like that? Hopefully it should be amazing. Should feel good. You should feel powerful. Right, so let me ask you another question. If you could completely rewire your limits and learn to consciously manifest, what would you create? If you could create anything, like what would you create? Introducing the pathway to the magnetic mind process. This is a 12-month transformational journey to consciously create your future and manifest whatever you desire. Shift, act, and create. Who this works for, this will work for anyone that is committed, underline committed, to learning a process to create predictable change in their life, and anyone who wants to have total freedom. In the pathways, what you get is a choice of 2 coaching bundles, an online university, weekly coaching, accountability calls, transformational workshops, a heart-centered, like-minded, supportive online community with people like yourself. Yeah. So here's what you're going to receive. The Magnetic Mind Online University. It's an incredible back catalogue of training you can access anytime, at your own pace and in your own time. This has got all weeks from 1 to 12, everything that we've gone through, trained by Chris and the team of experts, with all the meditations in. This is what you'll have access to, where you can just go in, you can go and jump on a call, jump on a session, jump on a recode, get clear with your lenses. That is part of the online university that you get, and you just be able to log in. It's just a website you can log into and just do it on your phone, on your tablet, whatever floats your boat. All right. Also, what we'll be receiving, is we'll be doing monthly live workshop experiences with myself and with guests. Right, these will be live transformational sessions, and there will be replays, and you're going to be learning, and we're going to be going deeper into how we consciously create anything that we desire. So we're going to have these sessions that you can go into. We're going to have weekly sessions, and then every month we're going to have online sessions. So every month there's a immersion where we spend a full day just going in and going all out and getting the best out of it that we can. So also in the group training, there's weekly coaching. So we do two group processes a week, yeah, every month for 12 months. So at the start of the week, we'll do your lenses where we get really, really clear on your end vision, and we bring that all the way down into daily actions, okay? And then in the second session, we'll be doing a rapid recode process, training, and coaching in the group environment. So the Magnetic Mind Manifestation Program, first week, when I was talking about all the different weeks, first it's creating your lenses, your mission, your vision, and the milestones. It's learning the nature of reality and the outcome frame. Second, aligning with your values, learning what really motivates you to action. 3, practical alchemy, how to create from nothing fast. 4, perceptual shift process, learn how beliefs are created, internal frames and money beliefs. 7 steps to emotional alignment, learn future pacing and create leverage. 6, the MAP method, heal trauma, challenges and pain. 7, we've got white out negative emotions, turns fears, phobias and traumas into wisdom. 8th week, we've got the quantum model of manifesting. 9th, we've got remove internal conflicts, stop the internal civil war. 10, the magic of metaphors, subtle change that makes all the difference. 11, family entanglements, remove suffering obligations of love and rewrite your DNA. 12th week, the matrix, how it all really works. 13, the double bubble, remove fear of unwanted results and any need for better. And then 14, the massive change history, remove long held unconscious egoic agendas. Yeah. Number one reason why people don't get started is because they think they're not ready. This is what's going to hold us back, because we're never ready for what is really going to help us. If we're ready, there's no point in doing it. So divine timing, wherever you are along life's journey, know that being here right now is perfect and divinely timed for yourself. Becoming a superconscious creator will transform your life. It will create a ripple effect on those around you, create a positive change in the wider world, and help raise the collective consciousness. So are you ready to create with me? So for the group, you get 12-month access to the online university, 2 weekly live super session shifts plus the replays, and the community. And over the year, it's valued at over £10,000. So with that, there's going to be some core meditations included in that. So you've got magnetic alignment, negative belief flip, inner power, quantum jumping, dissolving conflicted parts, total financial abundance, authentic confidence, and internal inner fire. So for that package, with the training, with the support as well, with myself, it works out at £2,000 for the year, or you can spread it out over 12 months at £200 a month. So £200 a month, that'll get you in here for 12 months. This is creating a life that you truly love. So how much is that worth to you? How much would it be worth to be creating and living your life aligned with your truest nature and purpose, health and vitality? To me, it was a no-brainer. I've chose to invest in myself, and I've never regretted it. I've always been grateful. This is going to save you time with books, courses, retreats, fixing yourself, healing yourself. This is actually going to put us in the right direction, in the right orientation, in the right flow. So happy days. Andy says the money will come when you're on the right track. Exactly. I just want to say thanks for coming. If you want to find out more, we can book a call and we can have a little session where we can get clear and make sure that we can be a good fit for each other. So yeah, boom. It starts. When does it start? It starts now. Like literally as soon as the payment goes in, then you can get into the members area. Then we'll be having the group sessions like this on 2 different days. A nice one. Thank you, Sai. I'm glad that you appreciate that offer, yeah. So that's it, £200 a month. That's 50 quid a week. I mean, you could pay that to a personal trainer, but we're not just getting fit. We're creating our dream life. So you want to be fully committed, all right? But I want it to be accessible for everybody. But also, I need to grow this business now, because the bigger I grow this, the bigger I can expand, and the quicker we can get this out to the world. Thank you for being here. If you're interested, direct message me. We'll arrange a time and we can get you booked in. We can have a little 10-minute session just to get clear, and then we can figure out what's best for you. I want what's best for you. I don't want to give you anything that's not going to work or not going to be helpful or not going to serve you. I want this to be a win-win-win for everybody involved. I love you. Viva the Lovolution. Thank you for coming to the session. I'm so glad it happened. I'm so glad it happened. I love you. I love you. And I'll see you soon, guys. Big love.